Welcome to another session of personal finance training. Today we'll be looking at household spending in light of the COVID-19 or coronavirus outbreak. This is presented by accounting lecturer. So by the end of the session, you'll have a better understanding of how to manage finance due to COVID-19. Now we're going to look at these various objectives. Number one, we're going to look at pre-corona or COVID-19 spending habits, the current COVID-19 spending habits, the forecasted COVID-19 spending habits, and this is from the household perspective. We're also going to look at inflation and other changes due to COVID-19, and then we'll conclude. Now, I've just generated some information, and this may not necessarily be the case for all families, but I'm just putting an average for a family at this point. So a family of 4 with father, mother, and 2 children, and let's say they are young children. Let's say they live in a property and their rent is about $1,600. We have food and household supplies of $400, clothing of $200, utilities $300, cable of $70, telephone $130, travel $300, insurance $250, car costs of $250, entertainment $300, miscellaneous of $200. That gives us a total here of $3,750, which in a sense is nearly about just over 40, about 45,000 for the year. Thereabouts, nearly 50 grand. That's a household income, and let's say on average. Now, in terms of the spending, I've broken it up so you can see the percentage. The largest percentage here is on rent of 40%. And then we have the next in line would be food supplies of 10%. Then we have entertainment of 8%. We have car of 6%, insurance of 6%, travel of 8%, telephone 3%, cable 2%, utilities 7%, clothes 5%. So this would be a typical situation pre-corona or COVID-19 for a family. Now, in light of this virus, we would see a change in the expenditure of the household. So we would say the rent would more likely be the same, so there would not be a change in that. It would be a fixed cost. But we would see a skyrocketing of the food and household supplies of double. So typically in a month you would spend 400. Now you'll be spending 800, and in some cases it could even be more. Clothes would you more likely would spend less on that. So let's say it's about 50 after the virus. Utilities, you're gonna spend a little bit more because you're gonna be home more, and so therefore utility, light, heating, etc., that's gonna go up. Cable, you're more likely going to be home more. Again, that is going to go up because you're going to spend more on channels, etc. Telephone, again, that's going to be up as well. So you're more likely going to talk to people all over the world and use more internet, and may even go over your data, and so therefore you're going to be charged as well. In terms of travel, that's going to go down significantly. So again, about 50 there from 300. Insurance, you're more likely going to go, that's going to go up due to the fact that you're going to cover more, you're going to insure more things as opposed to pre-corona. In terms of car costs, it's more likely going to go down due to the fact that you're going to use a car less. In terms of entertainment is going to go down to about 150, again half of what it was. You cannot go outside, so again that even could go down even more to maybe 50. But that's a conservative estimate anyway. And then miscellaneous is going to go up to about 300 because you're going to spend on other things that you would not have normally spent on prior to the corona outbreak. So the budget would be 3,750. Post the current situation with corona, you're more likely going to have 4,200. So an increase there of about 450 in light of the corona outbreak, and in some instances it might even be more. Now, in terms of the percentages in light of this, so household and rent is going to go down to about 38%. Food supplies is going to go to 19%. So household, the rent is 38, but Food supplies has gone up to 19. It was 10 before, so it has almost doubled in terms of percentage. Then we have the others like miscellaneous being 7%, insurance being 7%, and then we have utilities being 12%. So, and the others are in a lower percentage, lower percentages. So let's look at the forecasted situation for household. Now, in terms of the forecasted, we have rent is going to be relatively the same, unless the landlord decides that they're going to push up costs due to some other variable, but more likely it's going to be the same because most rents tend to be locked in for about 12 months. So therefore, that would be 1,600. In terms of the food costs, post corona, that is after people go back to work, then there's going to be inflation, and therefore food cost is going to go up. So you're no longer going to be spending 400 on food. You're going to spend at least 50% more, so it's going to be 600. Clothes is going to go up to 300, and this could even go up further because people are more likely going to put on weight because they're not going to the gym and doing other things. So therefore, they might need to change their wardrobe, and that's going to increase costs. Utility is going to go back down, but marginally up due to the fact that energy companies are going to also want to recover some of the costs that they may have had to encounter due to the outbreak. Cable, again, marginally is going to be up by about 80, but it's going to be reduced due to the fact that you're no longer going to be home. Telephone is going to go down back to what it was before because you're more likely going to be out and about and not going to use it as much. So this is going to be the same as before corona. Travel is going to go up again slightly, I would assume, due to increased costs that's going to be passed on to consumers due to the outbreak. Insurance, again, is going to be slightly up as well due to the outbreak. I would say I've put it at 260 and it was 250 before corona, but this could easily go up back to even 300, which is the current, what I would consider to have been the current in light of the corona virus situation. So then we have car would go back down to 250. Entertainment would be 130, and then miscellaneous 400 from the current. So I would say the forecasted would be 4,390. So again, it would be a slight drop from the current situation, or a massive increase from the previous situation prior to the coronavirus. We've done the differences, and so the difference in terms of the current situation would have been 450, and the difference in terms of the forecast, it will be 640. So you're gonna spend nearly 700 pounds, let's say, if we want to round up. So nearly 700 pounds more you were spending on average in terms of your running your house compared to post or pre-corona. So this would be a significant increase. The inflationary pressure is going to be quite significant. So in terms of the corona situation, inflation and other changes as we can look at here. So main inflation is going to be food, which would be a demand pull inflation. So due to the pull on the demand for food, that is going to cause inflation to go up. And then we are also going to have household supplies. Again, that will be demand pull. The inflation is going to be driven by demand pull. So high demand, therefore it's going to cause price to go up. Then in terms of the other changes, we would have job losses. Even though the government is going to support, job losses is inevitable. I'm sorry, but unfortunately the government is not going to stop the pipe bleeding on job losses, due to the fact that people are just not going to be able to, our businesses are not going to be able to keep people due to the risk, and the prospects are not necessarily going to be rosy, because they're going to watch cash flow. Cash flow is going to take some time to feed it back into the system. So we're looking at several months before the job levels of the current situation would be regained. It could even be years. Insurance is going to go up significantly. The insurance companies are going to want to cover their costs because, again, people are going to claim on several areas, and this is going to cause the monthly payments in insurance to be quite high. So insurance companies are going to want to recover their costs, and therefore that's going to go up significantly. Then we're also going to have an increase in terms of the clothes. The supply chain on clothes is going to go up as well because so clothes cost is going to go up due to the supply chain disruption. Because what's happening right now is planes are not coming in, and ships maybe not coming as regularly in terms of bringing supplies, and therefore that's the supply chain disruption is going to cause inflation for suppliers of clothes, and so therefore that's going to be a problem. And then we're also going to have the closure of unprofitable industries, like certain manufacturing industries, like maybe steel or some industries that are just not possible. I may not necessarily be able to name them all, but you will see that in the news. Certain industries are going to go under due to the fact that government now is going to try to focus on what's viable as opposed to certain industries. So to conclude, we've looked at the pre-corona spending habits. We've also looked at the current COVID-19 spending habits. We also look at the forecasted spending habits and an inflationary pressure that's going to be felt. And now we're concluding. In light of this, we can see that things will never be the same pre-corona. We're going to have an increase in costs, and the cost is going to be significant around food, insurance, and generally the cost of